day. Night hunting is something that just gets in your blood, and if you're anything like me, over a long enough period of time, it evolves into more of a lifestyle than just a pastime. The more you do it, the more you want to do it even more. And for us, a big part of that experience is the random, unexpected bonus animals we encounter simply going from place to place, just cruising the rig up and down the road. Now, to some, this may seem like borderline cheating, but I just choose to call it taking advantage of a good time. When opportunity comes a-knocking at our door, we're gonna answer, regardless of what form it may present itself. When you're in it for the long haul like us, you'll find a way to take advantage of each moment to enjoy the sport just one more time. This night was no different. Myself and Ronnie both wanted to just get out of the house, and like always, from the time the rig hits the pavement, we're on the prowl, searching for those animals that happen to be at the right place at the right time. We call them the free ones. Luckily, these two coyotes we found with the rover had made their way into a pasture we have access to hunt. We just had to get close enough to throw them a few lip squeaks and see what happens. Man, they're still laying there. There you go. What are you thinking? Where they're at, he's got some brush piles that are probably 75, 80, maybe 100 yards from where they're laying at right now.
Walk up and use that brush pile for cover?
Yeah, I think we ought to just cross the road and use the brush pile to walk up on them. As long as we can get to that brush pile, I think we'll be all right. Most of the time, if they're a long ways off, we'll use the Fox Pro. But in spur-of-the-moment situations like this, simply a few quiet lip squeaks is enough to do the trick. Unlike most sports, there's no rule that says you have to do it this way or that one. Just go do it the way you want and have a blast in the process. Get him. I'm not sure if this coyote heard us or smelt us or what, but something puts him on alert, just enough to run him out there about 75 yards out, but still well in range for what we needed. We started this night off with an unexpected bang right out of the gate, and only time will tell as the night goes on what kind of crazy shenanigans we'll find ourselves getting into. For us, because of our area, most of the free ones are usually found right off the side of the road. Sometimes they're in places we can get in, but if not, just seeing them is a good enough reason to ask for permission. You never know when simply asking will afford you some new access. Not even 10 minutes after loading up the first coyote of the night, still on the way to our first place to make a stand, we bump into yet another bystander. This one had a big neon sign on his side that read, "Come and get me." So we decided to do what we were told.
Hey! Yep.
One thing nice about killing pigs that are visible from the road is it makes keeping an eye out for any visitors later on super easy. This pig wasn't 75 yards off the road, and the landowner wants us to just leave him lay. So we figured why not just keep tabs on him anytime we pass by for any coyotes. Fast forward 2 nights later, and this is what we saw on the way by. These 2 coyotes were enjoying an easy meal when a group of pigs just happened to wander by. One of the coyotes at the time decided it would be a good idea to try to steal a baby pig from Mama. Well, the plan all sounded good and well until this big bruiser shows up and changes his mind. I guess a bird in hand with an already dead pig on the ground is a better bet than a fresh little piglet when you have to fight that big sucker. It was time to head back to his buddy and finish off what was left of the pig he started with. You know, one of the things I feel like makes night hunting so much fun, for me especially now with thermal, is having the ability to use the cover of darkness to slip in and out of places completely undetected, and even in some situations like this one in particular, have multiple animals walking and moving all around you without them having a clue you're there. It was real dark on this night, and I had animals all around me in this pasture going to and from one spot to another. I really just felt like part of the atmosphere and was enjoying just being able to just witness everything that was going on around me at the moment. It was truly amazing. After watching for several minutes, one of the coyotes finally gets a bit suspicious of the big blob standing next to the tree in front of them. So I figured I'd go ahead and make my presence known. This form of hunting in complete darkness is simply not possible without thermal. And for that reason alone, it makes it a complete game changer. Thank you, Ultimate Night Vision. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. And now, having the rover on top of the truck, it makes finding the free ones that much more easy. It seems we've grown into thermal addicts, but it was about time to put the wicked scam pros to work and blind one into the truck. We are still die-hard light guys at our core and won't ever pass on a chance to light one up if given the opportunity.
I'm freaking starving.
As long as Ronnie and I have been night hunting together, I can remember only a handful of times we blindly pulled into a place, and before we could even get the Fox Pro up and running, we had a coyote standing there right in front of us. We've had plenty that we've bumped out of an area by driving in on them, but to have one just stand there, watch us get set up, while putting up with everything is few and far between. Usually when calling at night, or any time for that matter, you usually see the coyote or cat after you actually start calling on a stand.
All right, move over, son.
But this situation was backwards from the norm, and we actually got away with it. This coyote caught us completely off guard, but we just did the best we could and rolled with it. I truly believe the wind gave us a free one on this one, because it was howling. Most likely this coyote was hunkered down in this pasture, trying to stay out of the wind, and we just happened upon him. We didn't plan it that way, it just did. And Ronnie just loves shooting coyotes, so he wasn't complaining one bit about this pretty sucker. A coyote's a coyote in his book, and any way or means he can get one to put it in the truck is fair game. A few years back, we had the same exact thing happen on another stand, only this time he wasn't near as welcoming. If you hunt long enough, you're eventually just gonna get lucky. And I'll take luck over skill any day of the week. And our luck is about to go from good to exceptional when we least expect it.
Whoa. Back up real quick. I'm almost positive that was a cat back there. A little bit. Oh, right there. Sure enough, man, right there. See him?
This cat was in a place we have access to, but only after deer season. But across the county road was fair game.
Squeak at him right quick, see what he does. Dude, he's coming.
Man, I bet we can call that sucker up.
He's coming, man.
I say we go over there and try to call that sucker up.
We can't. I've got access to that place, but we can't hunt it until after deer season. But we can go right over here across the road and try to call him up if you want.
Heck yeah. We got one that close. There's no point in not trying.
One thing we've learned about bobcats is just getting close to one drastically increases your odds for success. And when you're sitting in your truck less than 50 feet from one, I'd say our chances were pretty good a bobcat was in the area. One good thing about calling is there's no rules that keep you from getting one to cross the road to get to your Fox Pro.
Well, I can hunt it, but we can't hunt it till after deer season. I'll tell you what we can do, though. We can go right across the road. There's a 2-track going right across this pasture over here across the road that's not 100 yards from here. Let's go right across the road and see if we can get him to cross the road. He ain't got a care in the world, man.
So we decided to slide in next door since we knew one was close by. What we didn't expect when we got there was to have one of the most amazing encounters we've ever had with a bobcat to date. Almost immediately, this cat shows up and literally walks feet from us to get to the call. I started telling Ronnie, right here to our left. But what I didn't realize is he was busy watching 4 coyotes directly downwind from the call and doesn't even see this cat yet. I was saying, cat, cat, and he thought I was telling him the coyotes are coming, the coyotes are coming. It was complete confusion all the way up to the point this cat literally walks between us and the foxborough, and at that moment does the unthinkable. And as if this cat putting his nose up to the foxborough wasn't enough, he slowly starts to leave, and we changed sounds and got him to come right back. There's a foxborough sound called baby cottontail that, in my opinion, is one of the best sounds ever recorded that works wonders on cats that are either hung up or leaving. If you don't believe me, just watch the reaction of this cat once he finally hears it. There's the 4 coyotes in the background Ronnie was looking at. Lots of things happening on this stand. We've had cats in the past leave and get them to come back to that sound before in the past, but never to this extreme. It was incredible to watch it all unfold right in front of us.
That is pure crazy.
When you said cat, cat, I said, what?
Huh?
When you started hollering cat, I'd never expected that.
You can't make this stuff up, man. You know, I think that's one of the things that sticks out in my mind the most is when you have just odd stuff like that happen.
Yeah, they're the ones that always stick out in your mind the most. I guarantee we'll never forget this one.
How long did it take you to figure out what was going on?
Well, I guess until he was standing right there at the call.
Were you over here looking at the coyotes
Yes.
still?
I never knew he was coming.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
Did you hear me saying, hey?
Yeah, but I didn't know.
There's a cat.
But I thought you were trying to tell me the coyotes were coming. And then I heard cat, cat. I said, what?
I'm telling you, I looked over. I heard him first, and I looked over there, and he couldn't have been 20 yards from me, if that. That's probably the first time that I can remember one standing over the top of the call.
A lot of times we're hunting out of the rack.
Yeah.
But that was pretty neat, having the call there and actually watching them.
What was craziest about it, like you said, he walked up to the call first, smelled the call, he had to have smelled it.
Oh, he did.
And then left, and then whenever he started coming back, he was straight downwind 5 foot from the foxborough. That's nuts. You definitely can't make this stuff up.
Pretty neat stuff.
I still can't believe that that thing left and came back like that. That is so crazy. Thank you, foxborough.
Yes, sir. That foxborough did its job.
We will forever be indebted to foxborough for having such great sounds that allow us to have experiences like this that will never be forgotten. For us, it's all about the experience and the crazy things that happen along the way. You never know what you're going to bump into in the middle of the night, and sometimes the best plan is to not even have a plan at all and just go. I found that good things will happen when you least expect it, because that random pig or coyote, or even bobcat, may be lurking around that next bend in the road. It seems to me the moments we remember the most are oftentimes the ones they create for us.